Hey folks, how's it going today? Hope everyone's doing really good. Today we're checking out a Martin 12 string. Kind of a nice guitar, really. It's really plain, it's not bound or anything, and it doesn't have a shiny finish either. It's just got, wood binding around the edge and a satin finish. This guitar is made in Mexico and it's an X series, okay? The strings on it are quite old, so it would be brighter. But it does have a nice rich tone to it, I must say. It might be a hair out of tune, you know how that goes with a 12 string. It happens, but I haven't played one for a long time. And this one does play pretty nice. The action could go down a little bit possibly, but it's not too bad all in all. It's tuned down a little bit too. It's not up to 440, which, here's the thing. We're going to take this down on the bench and take a look at it in a second too. With high action, if your bridge is high, the saddle is pretty much down. I wouldn't want to go any lower on the saddle, but the bridge is still a little bit high. And what that does, if your bridge is high, it's going to pull on the headstock this way, right? Which is going to cause some forward bow. Now, I tightened the truss rod on this a little bit, and it still has some forward bow. I've been playing it a little bit to see if I can get it moving around just from playing it. I think that's real important on a 12 string. The lower you can get the action, the straighter the pull is, instead of having this angled pull, which is trying to fold the guitar in half. If it's a straight pull, you have a break angle on each point, which actually causes a little less tension there, okay? It just gets it from a different angle is really the biggest thing. I've seen a lot worse than this for sure. Martin's gonna set them up like that right from day one, just so they don't buzz. And nobody's playing a lot of stuff way up here on a 12 string normally, so, the first, I'd say 7 frets, 7 positions, 7 or 8 are pretty nice. Pretty easy to play, pretty easy to fret. The neck's really nice and the fretboard feels good, and the fret ends are still really nice. They're not poking out, so could use a little oil on the fretboard, so we might do that. This guitar does not belong to me. It belongs to a local guy that watches the channel and just send it out for a demo and a look over basically. So shout out to him for let me shoot a video of it. It's a really nice guitar, all in all. It's got a nice spruce top. I'm not sure. I think this is mahogany. It sure looks like it to me. It's hard to tell with the finish. It's really neat though, and it feels good, it's not sticky. The neck has the same finish, and it's just nice. It really is. The sound's really rich and a lot of sustain. This thing really does ring nice. It's always the B string. Even on a 12 string, it's the B string that always seems to be haunting us, right? played 12 string, like I said, in years. I had one, I gave it away. It was actually given to me, and it had some issues. The top was sunk and the bridge had pulled the top. 12 strings I had on stuff, Really, I think when you're not using it, you should really slack tune them, honestly. Uh, it's just, that's a lot of pull. It's like two guitars pulling on there, and I understand, the strings are different diameters, but still, pretty heavy duty. I think a set of 10s on a 6-string electric, I think I can remember reading it was over 100 pounds of pull, and 9s were like 20 some pounds less. I usually play 9 through 42s or 46s on most of my guitars. Some guitars I will play 10s on, like the short scale ones. The strings bend a little different on them, so like I said, all in all, I really didn't realize that Martin was producing guitars in Mexico. This one's, it's not brand new, but they're doing a good job wherever they're doing it. I mean, it's a typical Martin, and it's got the basically the same appointments. Good tuners on it. This one is electric too. I'm not sure what the electronics are. I know it's a saddle setup. I can't judge one of these plugged in, any acoustic. For me, it's the natural thing. So, even the best electronics, I find this with the saddle pickups, right? If I'm rubbing my palm or the side of the heel of my hand on the bridge pins, it makes noise. And if you play it with any bounce, attack like that, it makes a thud. That's the biggest deal breaker for me with, acoustics with saddle electronics. The guitar I just bought in Nashville has a nice LR bags, hi-fi setup. Still does the same thing. I can hear a lot of noise coming from the bridge pins and even the bridge itself. Maybe I should just get used to playing up here. It's just not my normal position, I guess. So, pretty impressive guitar for not a ton of money, guys. So check these out. We're gonna take it down on the bench right now and take a really nice look at it. Okay. Here we go. Okay guys, we're back on the bench here. Let's take a little peek inside. There we go on the label. I know that might be hard to see, but it's an X series. And as I spoke of before, it's made in Mexico. It has this kind of satin finish on it, which seems to be a trend nowadays on a lot of guitars in general. I think it does sound nicer in some cases without so much lacquer. It's just different. Here's a shot of the headstock. Again, this is a Martin. And like I said, I haven't played a 12-string for many years, so it was kind of neat just to try one out again. The fretboard's a little dry, so we're going to oil that up probably for them. And this guitar's in really good shape, too. Let's take a peek at the back of it. Okay, guys, here's a shot of the back and sides here. It's really really figured wood in the back. Really pretty. And again, this is that satin type finish. Really nice stuff. The sides are done the same way. As I said, there's really no binding to speak of, just a little perf around the edges. Same on the top, it's just got a wooden binding, which is fine. I mean, Again, like I said, maybe sometimes less is more as far as sound quality versus appointments. I think there is a thing there. So here's a shot of the tuners, matting right on them. Again, really nice mahogany neck, headstock. One piece. It's done right. There's no doubt about it. And like I said, bang for the buck. This is a really nice guitar. Now, once again, as I spoke of before, you can see that the saddle's pretty low already. Okay, I'm guessing that's right from the factory. Now, here's a little shot at the string gap for you. That may or may not come in. There you go. So as I said, it's pulling on an angle like this. And, when that happens, it causes things like this to roll and change position because it's pulling at such a different angle. Now, if this was down a little bit more, it would be more of a straight pull, which would mean a lot less torque on this point and also up here. So, that's the thing about 12 strings. And I really think if you're not going to be playing them, the best thing is to slack tune it and kind of give it a break, because that's a lot of pull on that neck. And the neck's, basically the same thing as your regular acoustic. It's a little bit wider, but not a ton. So, and the thickness is really thin this way. All in all, like I said, these are a really nice guitar, and it plays well. It really does. Well, guys, I thought you might enjoy taking a peek at that. They're out there, They don't all have to cost a fortune to be nice. And I'm finding these kind of stripped down models without all the bling on them, to me, I think they sound a little bit better. It's different. To my ear, I like the sound of them. My dad has a matin that's all mahogany. Same type of finish. It's a 6-string. Really rich sounding guitar. A lot of vibration. You can feel it in the back and the top. So maybe there is something about, the finish. I really believe there is a difference in sound for sure. Kind of letting those wood grains do their thing and vibrate, I guess. Okay, guys, thanks for checking this one out again, and good luck in your search for matin 12 strings. I hope this helps out. I think if I was going to buy a 12 string, I probably would have to look this over really close. It sounds nice and it's well built, like I said. It might need a little adjustment, but I did truss the neck some on it, and the truss rod's starting to get a little tight, so I think the best thing for this would be to slack tune it for a while and let it reposition, and then when it's time to play it again, tighten them back up. It could use a new set of strings eventually too, which we all know what a nightmare that is, changing strings on these, but once it's done and you get them stretched out, it's not so bad. Okay, gang, thanks again. Like and subscribe if you haven't. We'll see you soon. Okie doke.